All right, good Sunday evening, everybody. David Paul here in the KHOU 11 Weather Center, and we're tracking this Arctic outbreak that has now reached the Houston area and southeast Texas. Temperatures on the north side have been below freezing all day, and there's more freezing weather to come. Also, the winter weather advisory, the chance for a little sleet or freezing rain on Monday has been expanded a little bit. We'll go over that as we move along. And then hard freeze is expected Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning. That'll be the coldest time, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, with lows in the teens. So there's a lot to go over. Let's just begin by showing you how cold it is across the United States. Omaha, Nebraska is 10 below. Des Moines, Iowa at 12. My brother lives in Chicago. I was just communicating with him. It's 9 below in Chicago. They've got a west wind at 10 to 15. It is just miserable. He says nobody goes outside unless they have a dog. You go out for a little bit and then you run right back inside. That's why they call it the dog days of winter up in Chicago, he was telling me. I thought that was kind of cute. Houston's at 39. Dallas is at 14 degrees. So it's very much colder up in North Texas, and that cold air is heading south as it continues to build in from north to south. These are current temps across southeast Texas, and once we dropped into the 20s up in Huntsville and Brenham, you never got out of the 20s today on Sunday. It has been below freezing all day up here. Conroe's below freezing at 30. There's Columbus at 29. So the freeze line, is right in here right now, but it will be pushing south and east across the area as we go through the overnight. Bush at 39 now, Pearland's at 45, Galveston is at 51. The freeze line, here's the forecast. As we head in toward 8 o'clock tonight, it's going to dip further to the south. It pushes down toward the coast, and all inland areas look like they're going to drop to or below freezing by tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Hard freeze possible Huntsville, Navasota, Brenham, Columbus, where you'll be in the low 20s for an extended period of time. We go into Monday, 3 in the afternoon. Most areas stay below freezing. We're going to be cloudy with a chance for sleet in some spots on Monday, so no sunshine to warm us. Bitter cold Arctic air building in. Downtown tops out at about 32. Spring 29, Conroe 28. These are near high temperatures. Galveston gets above freezing at 38, but that's about the only folks right near the bay. Mont Belvieu is above freezing at 35. That's Monday afternoon. So we go overnight Monday into Tuesday morning, and this is the first hard freeze area-wide. This is one of the coldest nights. Angleton down to 21, Bay City 19. Again, this is Tuesday morning. Spring 18, Huntsville 16, Navasota, Brenham, Columbus, Waller at 15 degrees Tuesday morning. Actually, we should see slow clearing on Tuesday morning. Then we go through the day on Tuesday. We don't get above freezing, especially north of I-10. This is Tuesday, 3 in the afternoon. And then colder as winds go almost calm and we get clear skies. So we get radiational cooling with Arctic air in place. That's the recipe for a very cold night. Wednesday morning, you wake up to 19 Angleton, Richmond, Rosenberg, Sugar Land 18, downtown 19, Mont Belvieu 19, Galveston at 28, Conroe 15, Huntsville 15. So this is going to do a whole lot of damage to tropical plants and plants in general across southeast Texas, and even Galveston going down to 28. Very cold. So that's the temperature story locally. Now we'll talk about the chance for sleet or freezing rain, which technically begins now, but there's nothing going on right now. We're just mostly cloudy. There's no precipitation. But we have a winter weather advisory in effect now. It went into effect 6 p.m. Sunday through 6 p.m. Monday. The winter weather advisory for everybody in the purple. It includes downtown Houston now, includes all of Fort Bend County, northern half of Liberty County, and points north and west of that. Freezing rain or sleet is the threat. Also, the wind offshore is going to pick up tomorrow, so a gale watch is in effect. We could see wind gusts 30 to 45 across the bay and over the open waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Small craft, you're urged to stay in port with the wind kicking up. Just a closer view of where our winter weather advisory is, right along Highway 90, then the Beltway, and then down into Fort Bend County, everybody north and west of that. It's the high bridges and overpasses that are susceptible to icing if we get some sleet or freezing rain. The surface roads should not have a problem, but when you've got a bridge with exposed surfaces underneath and on top, the concrete drops to freezing along with the air temperature very quickly. And so any of the bridges and overpasses around the Beltway, the 99 connector, some of those big flyovers, if we were to get some sleet or freezing rain, you could see icy patches on those bridges and overpasses, and that is the threat from this. And we'll just be monitoring this hour by hour as we go through the day on Monday. Radar's quiet, satellite's quiet, not seeing anything popping up. Here's the big picture. Band of snow across Arkansas into Tennessee, northern Mississippi. That is going to, we think, expand across this area of central and north Texas overnight into tomorrow. This may be where we get a whole lot of icing problems. The I-35 corridor, I-45 north of Huntsville, and the I-20 corridor could have a whole lot of icing. Let me show you the big picture, then we'll zoom down and look at our high-res model. So by midnight tonight, this is early Monday morning, there's that swath of sleet or freezing rain developing Austin to Dallas to Lufkin. And then by 6 a.m. Monday morning, again, still a chance in here, San Angelo, Dallas, Austin, Lufkin. So I-35, I-45, I-20 could become a real mess tomorrow morning and stay that way on Monday. This is 2 p.m. Monday, still up in here. It could see 2-inch accumulations or more near the Arklatex of sleet and ice and maybe a little snow mixed in. You'll notice at this point the broad model, the low resolution model I'm showing you, does begin to show precip here in southeast Texas as we head into the afternoon. This is the European model. It stays with us into Monday evening and then it exits Monday night, and that'll bring all the threat for frozen weather to an end, we think. But our high-res model does show a chance for a little bit of this frozen mix right in the heart of southeast Texas. So this is midnight tonight, perhaps a little patch of freezing rain or sleet. And when the model puts out this type of a display where it's separated, there's little dots, it indicates very, very light precip if it reaches the ground at all, because the air is dry and it's going to evaporate as it heads toward the ground. We head into Monday morning, 5:30 a.m., still very slight chance. I'll give it a 20% chance at best as we head into the morning that we get a little sleet and freezing rain. But as we get in toward the middle of the morning, the model becomes a little bit more aggressive, not much, a little bit more. You can see a little bit of a swath showing up out here, Yoakum to Columbus to Brenham to College Station to Madisonville, Conroe to Huntsville, northern Liberty County. So between 9 a.m. and noon is probably, according to the high-res model, the best chance for southeast Texas, Houston area to get a little bit of sleet or freezing rain, and that's when we could see some bridges and overpasses that get some icing problems. Noon has a little swath in here continuing, Brenham to Conroe, Magnolia to Huntsville to Livingston up to Corrigan. So it's just going to be kind of a moment-to-moment thing tomorrow. Just stay close with us. We'll be giving you lots of updates here online, on TV, social media platforms. Download the app and you'll get the updates right there and turn on notifications. By 4 o'clock in the afternoon, high-res models have been consistent run-to-run with whatever happens coming to an end Monday afternoon and evening, and so that's why the winter weather advisory will go out of effect after 6 p.m. on Monday, and then Tuesday is just cold. So here's Monday's forecast. Martin Luther King Day, a lot of outdoor activities planned. At last check, news department was telling me that the parades are still on, but they'll be monitoring the weather, and if we get something bad happening, we'll just have to wait and see how they handle that. So Monday's forecast, 20% chance for a frozen mix in the morning, 40% chance by noon, 20% chance in the afternoon. So it's not a huge chance, and I think what falls should be very light, but you know, if we get a little burst in one neighborhood or another, that's where we could have a couple of isolated issues. I think that's the best scenario, best case scenario tomorrow, and we'll look for that. That's Monday. The extended forecast, then it gets bitter cold. Hard freeze Tuesday morning. That low is for Houston proper, 21 inside the 610 loop. 18 inside the loop Wednesday morning, so much colder north, and really about the same south, as this is a wind-driven, this is what we call an advection freeze. The cold air is moving in. It's not a radiational freeze where it just quietly lifts off. Of course, the Wednesday morning will be Arctic air in place and radiational. That's why I think it's the coldest night is going to be Wednesday morning. Then we moderate going into Thursday. Another system comes through Thursday with a rain chance in the evening, 31, a light freeze Friday morning, just for kicks. So that's where we stand. It's a cold night. It's a cloudy, cold day on Monday. There is a slight chance for a little frozen mix, sleet or freezing rain. With a winter weather advisory in effect, it just means we're going to be watching very carefully. There's a chance we could see 1 or 2 spots that have an issue. Everything updated, models updated, temperature update on KHOU 11 News at 10 o'clock tonight. That's our next live broadcast. We'll see you then for an update.